in Blairstown, New Jersey for some field hockey. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Strive Network's presentation of Blair Academy Field Hockey, where we've got a tasty matchup coming up. It's the 12-0 Blair Buccaneers going up against the 13-1-1 Newton Braves. Doesn't get much better than this for a regular season matchup. We welcome you to the Bowl, a beautiful facility here on a beautiful campus here in Blairstown, New Jersey. Simon Rose here with you, Chris Mendez running our camera today. Glad you could join us. Let's jump right into the pregame show and take a look at our coach's corner. Sarah O'Neill, 11th season with the program, just her first season coaching this team as the head coach, and obviously she's done a phenomenal job. She is undefeated as a head coach with that 12-0 record. She's also the assistant varsity lacrosse coach. She taught 2 years in the AmeriCorps. She graduated from Wesleyan University, and she's a Spanish teacher here at Blair Academy, and she has, without question, done a phenomenal job with these girls this year after taking over the helm. You know, this is a program that hasn't been dominant by any stretch of the imagination over the last few years, and this year they certainly have been dominant on the field hockey field, and you've got to have your coach to thank for that. So Sarah O'Neill, product of our coach's corner. Let's take a look at our spotlight. Our Strive spotlight is Brooke Sabin. What a year she is having, the center forward for the Blair Academy Buccaneers from Saudi Arabia. 13 goals this year, 5 assists. And what a season that she is having, and we expect her to make an impact here this afternoon, I should say. Take a look at the starting lineup as you see the girls getting on the field. Emily Dehan, Brooke Sabin, and Abby Bodner start up top for the Blair Buccaneers. In the midfield, Ellie Pinkerton, Megan Stevens, Sam Shaw, and Abby Kreider. And in the back, Emma Mulman, who has played in the midfield at some points on the left side, but she's on the back on the left side in this game. Reed Von Staddy, Nia Shaw, and Haley Gelberg. A solid goaltender in net for head coach Sarah O'Neill. The Newton Braves in their maroon jerseys, moving left to right to start here, and the Blair Buccaneers, and of course their home whites. Second time that we've seen this Blair Academy field hockey team. Of course, they're undefeated as well on our airwaves, defeating Hun just a few weeks ago in shutout fashion. As we claw closer to the end of the regular season, and seeding and confidence and momentum is all on the line here today as these two teams continue their respective impressive seasons. It'll be the Newton Braves to start with the ball at center field. The Braves coached by Lisa Bechtel in her 26th season, and we are off and running. As it'll come out of bounds on the near sideline. Buccaneers 2-0 in the Maple League. This, of course, not a Maple League game. An out-of-conference game between two schools that are only separated by about 13 miles. As it's fought for at midfield here. In the midfield, Ellie Pinkerton. And Emma Mulman fighting for it for the Blair Academy Buccaneers, and well done by Emily Weiss of the Newton Braves. She wins her team a free hit on the near sideline. And Newton able to get it into the offensive third. And we've got a whistle, and this will be a violation against the Newton Braves. Both teams' strengths this season have been defense. That's included with the Blair Academy Buccaneers. We've got two phenomenal goaltenders on display here today. Of course, Haley Gelberg in net for Blair Academy. And Kate O'Brien is in net for the Newton Braves. Both have had great seasons, as the records will indicate. Here's a free hit for Newton as they try to work the other way. Abby Bodner looking to get past her defender in Hannah Irvey. And she wins her team a free hit. Newton, a team that on their home field plays on turf, and that does make a bit of a difference. This, of course, here at the bowl here at Blair Academy is a grass field. It's a slight difference, but it is a bit of a difference in playing in terms of the speed of the game. Of course, on turf, that ball will skid right across the turf a little bit faster than it would here on grass. And Coach O'Neill said that her team might have a slight advantage in that Newton does play their home games on turf as opposed to grass. Let's see if that does play an impact. Of course, Blair very comfortable on their home field. They've worked it into the corner, and Jordan Pavlichin for Newton is defending. Trying to take it out of harm's way are the Braves. Sent back in, but a violation, and we're coming the other way. Newton coached by Lisa Bechtel again in her 26th year. She did play field hockey back in the day at Boonton High School, and she also played at Moravian College. Has some experience coaching basketball, but for the last decade or so, or even more than that, she has been all about field hockey. And she's done a nice job with her Newton Braves program this year as well. This is actually the second time we're seeing Newton in field hockey this year. They beat Morristown Baird earlier this season when we saw them here on the Strive Network. As the Buccaneers look to keep it in their offensive zone, Ellie Pinkerton tried to play it ahead. And now Newton with some numbers. Well done by Emma Molman coming over and cutting it off. With the free hit back in. And now Newton with the ball. Nia Shaw fighting for it. Instead, it's a penalty for Newton as they play it into the circle. Cut off by the Buccaneers. And Ellie Pinkerton, who has been active defensively early, has it on the near side. Ellie staying with it on the defensive side. She's working on Emma Orabone. Orabone able to slap it in. No one's home except for some Blair Brook Buccaneers defenders. Unable to clear it cleanly. As this one coming down by Orabone. Into the middle it goes. More good defense by Blair as the Braves press in their offensive third. Taken away by Emily Weiss, trying to get a center, kicked away by the goaltender and Haley Gelberg. It'll be our first corner of the afternoon. Corner of the long variety. Haley Gelberg, the senior from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The goaltender was the recipient of All Maple League honors last year as a junior. It's always very important to have a experienced goaltender who's one of your team leaders between the pipes, and Ellie Gelberg has certainly served as that this season as this one goes out of play. And good Blair Buccaneer defense as Emily Dehan, the forward, was all the way back to defend, and she had help from Brooke Sabin as well, also a forward. One thing that Coach Sarah O'Neill said about this team is that every single girl knows where to be at a given time. Very smart IQ, field hockey IQ that is. She said she's never coached a team. Of course, this is just her first time head coaching, but she's never been a part of a team where every single girl knows her role, as this is a good opportunity. Comes across the goal mouth. And the Braves dodge a bullet there. They're still defending in their offensive third, and a whistle will give them possession as a free hit will come back the other way. No score. About 6 minutes in here from the bowl at Blair Academy. Simon Rose here with you on the Strive Network. 12-0 Blair Academy Buccaneers and 13-0 and 1 Newton Braves. Newton did play last night, and they were able to get another victory, of course. This will be a free hit and opportunity for Blair as Newton pulls their entire team behind the free hits and defended there well. Trying to work down the far side, Olivia Weiss for Newton wins her team a free hit. Emily Weiss coming in to play it off the restart. Megan Stevens doing good work in the midfield, wins her team a free hit. That's Reed Von Stotty with a good defensive play, cutting it off in the middle, working the center back position today. Very important position, of course, especially against a potent offense in the Newton Braves. There's an opportunity for Blair in front, a great save. Oh, what a great save that was. Point blank, Kate O'Brien makes the save, and it looks like there's going to be a short corner here for the Blair Academy Buccaneers. So still pressing. Coming in to give it a hit will be number 17 for Blair. It's Emily Molman coming all the way back from her defensive position. She does have 1 goal and 3 assists in 2015. Plays it to the top of the circle. Back to the left side. Up in the air, hit the Newton player, and it'll be a violation against the Braves. Another short corner to come as that foul occurred in the circle. So best chance so far has gone to the Blair Academy Buccaneers, but it's still 0-0. 8.5 in. Molman will play the short corner from the other side. Received at the top, slapped in, deflected, and now a great opportunity. O'Brien got a touch, but it still found the net. A scrum in front and finished off by the Blair Academy Buccaneers. They were able to get on the board first here from the bowl. Let's take another look, see if we can see who got the last touch on it. Here was a save right here by O'Brien from my vantage point. Oh, she just missed it, and far post. I believe it was Sabin who was waiting there to play it in. Well done by the Blair Academy Buccaneers, who strike first here on their home field. Again, looking to remain undefeated. They're 12-0 to this point. Swing and a miss. But staying with possession is Caitlin McAdams for Newton. Now fight right at the line here, and that's a dangerous play called against Sam Shaw. A high stick, so Newton looking to get back on the board. Nicole Rizzo plays a dangerous ball, and Newton answers. Coach O'Neill claiming that nobody touched that ball, which would eliminate the goal, and in fact all of the Blair Academy Buccaneers are feeling the same way. The goal was finished off by Olivia Weiss. And you could hear the referee coming and talking to Coach Sarah O'Neill. His explanation was that Olivia Weiss did slam it into the back of the net. So a goal for each team in a matter of about a minute, and we are equalized at 1 apiece. On paper, this was supposed to be a great field hockey match. So far, so good. As it comes out of bounds here on the near. And in the attacking third are the Buccaneers. Braves able to defend. Back it comes to the defense, and Ellie Pinkerton is called for a violation, so here comes Newton on the attack. It's Natalie Rivas. Rivas with some speed, getting it past the defender. Good recovery by the Buccaneers. As that was Abby Kreider making a great play from the right midfield position to come all the way across and defend that Newton chance. Free hit in, kind of duffed a bit. Blair easily defends. Hitting the ground was Jasmine Luciani. She's called for the dangerous play, so it's a free hit for Blair. Fight at midfield, another whistle. One to one as the Braves bring it into their offensive zone. Emily Weiss with some nifty ball work. Weiss now one-on-one with the keeper. Gelberg made the save on the near post. What a play by Emily Weiss. There's a great save by Haley Gelberg. As it's battled for at midfield here. So the Buccaneers score, and then the momentum went to the Braves, but here's an opportunity for the Buccaneers. A shot on, and it goes just wide. Still playing with it near the goal mouth. Now we've got a whistle, and I believe a short corner coming for the Buccaneers. A lot of open field here, a lot of offensive weapons for each team, and they're on display in this one. Both teams with good opportunities, and both teams with a goal to this point. Emily Molman on the short corner. They scored on their last attempt from the short corner. Pass to the top of the circle. Deflected by the Braves. There's Molman. And a timeout called. The timeout called by Lisa Bechtel. So we'll take one as well. The score is 1-1. You're watching Field Hockey on the Strive Network. Back to the bowl as you take a look at Sarah O'Neill discussing with her team what's going on there out there on the field. She was not happy when that last goal was scored off of the free hit. She didn't think anybody hit it, but the referee said that Olivia Weiss clearly did knock that one into the net to tie this one up. On the other side, Lisa Bechtel for the Newton Braves said that her keys to this game starting strong. Well, they were down 1-0, so you could say that maybe they didn't start as strong as Lisa Bechtel would have wanted. And she wants her team to play solid defense as well and shut down the goal scorers of Blair. Well, all three of those keys might not be succeeded on at this point in the ball game for Lisa Bechtel, as Blair has gotten on the board. But at the same time, they are still very much in this game with some really good offensive opportunities and a goal to show for it. As they are tied up at 1, the teams break the huddles. As we are about 13 minutes into this game. Back in the action. Kate Barbado. Now the speedy Emily Weiss being guarded by Shaw. Weiss swings and misses, and that's a foul against the Newton Braves. They'll call a dangerous play. And a high stick against Emily Weiss. Played back in by Reed Von Staddy. Down the sideline go the Braves. Out of bounds, it'll be Blair. ball. As Emily Mullman restarts, giving chase is Abby Bodner. Into the corner goes Jordan Coiro of Newton. And slapped hard back up to the midfield. Von Stade is there. And played up ahead by Sam Shaw. Out of bounds. Blair Academy coming off a 1-0 victory against Belvedere. Coach O'Neill said that they didn't play great in that game, but they pulled it out. And one thing she said was that she was very proud of her girls. And the fact that they didn't play their best in that game and were still able to find a way to win, that's what good teams do. Ellie Pinkerton gives it right back to Newton and Jasmine Luciani. Luciani whistled for the foul. Free hit coming for the Blair Academy Buccaneers. Emma Mullman has been the one to restart for the Bucks here in this game. She does it again. Comes back to the midfield. And the battle won by Newton on the far side. Olivia Weiss, among the leading goal scorers for the Newton Braves, has it down the far flank. Weiss into the corner. Shaw comes to defend. Gelberg will watch this one go out of bounds. And it'll be Blair Academy ball. Von Stade slaps it back in. Good stick work by the Newton Braves and Natalie Rivas, and an opportunity and a goal for the Newton Braves. Rivas able to get the interception, and it led to the goal. So 2-1 Newton. We take another look. This will give us a good angle. Looked like Emma Orabone who got the last touch on it in there. Potentially Nicole Rizzo. But Newton responding to the opening goal by Blair with 2 goals of their own, and they lead 2-1, looking to give the Buccaneers their first loss of the season. How does Blair respond? Newton looking very strong in this one with some fresh legs. Remember, they did play last night against Sparta. But these girls, as Sarah O'Neill mentioned to me before the game, are very fit. That's one of the strengths of this Newton team. Very athletic squad. And clearly they don't tire easily after playing a full field hockey match yesterday. That's a violation against Blair. And the quick restart by Newton gets all the way in. Gelberg forced to make the save, still loose. And Gelberg still has not been able to cover up. Here's an opportunity to deflect it at the top of the circle. And Von Stade able to force it over to the near sideline. Another great opportunity for Newton, though. Gelberg forced to make a great save. See Sarah O'Neill coaching. And Von Stade to play it in. Brooke Sabin, 1-on-3. Spins it back and finds a teammate, but gets by the stick of her teammate. Far side, Newton and Blair fighting for possession. It's going to go to the Buccaneers as they look to equalize. Approaching 18 minutes. They've gone by here in this star-studded field hockey match. This will be another Blair Academy restart coming. Stepping up is Sam Shaw. Slaps at it, cannot get it past the line of defense, and now another whistle. As it looks like we've got a card coming out It is a green card against Blair Academy. And number 15, Megan Stevens, is the guilty party. So she's going to have to come out onto the come out off of the field as Blair serves this penalty. And a restart coming as the referees discuss exactly what happened there with Megan Stevens, who did receive the green card. The clock technically stopping at 11:54. Of course, the scoreboard you see on your screen is not linked up with the official scoreboard here at the bowl. So we do our best to keep that time accurate, and I'll do my best to tell you what's going on here. So under 12 minutes to go. In the first half, it's Newton 2, Blair 1. Out of bounds, this one goes all the way over to our broadcast booth. It'll be a Blair restart as Von Stadi will put it back in play. Last touch by Emily Weiss of Newton. This one last touched by Blair as it went right into the stick of Emily Dehan. So Newton with Nicole Rizzo restarts the play. Weiss. Good play there defensively by Brooks Sabin. Our Strive Spotlight. The leading goal scorer for the Blair Buccaneers this year. And close behind her is Emily Dehan, who's got 9 goals on the season. Now Bodner, the other forward. Bodner giving chase, defending is Katie Van Orden. Bodner still fighting, and that will be a Blair free hit. Good work by Abby Bodner, the senior from Chatham, New Jersey. And an opportunity here for the Buccaneers. Approaching 20 minutes into this first half. Bucks give it right back. And Coach O'Neill said the keys to this game are, number 1, quick, crisp passing. Number 2, she said controlling the ball. Number 3, she said scoring early, which they did do. And 4, she said phenomenal defense. Well, you've given up 2 goals in the first half. That's not the effort defensively that Coach O'Neill certainly was looking for. This is a great game to have on your schedule at the end of the season. You know that the aspirations are high for the Blair Buccaneers as they head into the postseason in a potential state tournament, the Prep A tournament. It's good to have a strong team like this at the end of your schedule, because sometimes when you win this many games in a season, you're 12-0, you can get complacent. Sometimes you need a good team to play against to kind of humble yourself, put it in perspective. Newton, among the toughest challenges that Blair has seen to date. Opportunity for the Bucks. This one's still loose. Gelberg able to tie up the stick. And that was enough, but this one rolls in. Blair so close to dodging that one as Gelberg, one-on-one, was able to get rid of it for the moment. Sarah O'Neill going to come and talk with the referee again. And there was Natalie Rivas in there, I believe, to get the last touch. Sam Shaw was unable to clear for the Blair Buccaneers. So Newton, 3 unanswered goals as a timeout is called by Sarah O'Neill with 8:42 to go. here in the first half. You're watching field hockey right here on the Strive Network. And we're back in play as the Newton Braves get on the board again. They lead 3-1 over the undefeated Blair Buccaneers. On the road are the Newton Braves. Remember, Blair scored the first goal off of the short corner put in play by number 17, Emma Molman. And the Buccaneers were able to capitalize on that one, but since then it's been Newton, and they've had chances galore here in this first half. Ellie Gelberg have been forced to make some really impressive saves, and she's done so, including on that last goal. She was able to make the initial save, but the ball was still loose, and Newton able to squeeze that one inside the near post. That one just getting in across the goal line. Sarah O'Neill and her Blair Buccaneers down by 2, not a position that they have been in very often. In that trailing in a game here this season, they have not done that very often. So let's see how the Buccaneers respond, as there's 8 minutes and 42 seconds about left here in the first half. We're back in play. This one taken away at midfield by the Bucks. And a free hit for the Buccaneers. Abby Kreider. As they play this one deep, it's Bodner who's unable to get there as it goes across the line. Good hustle, though, by the right winger. Looking to center the ball and doing so, but cut off by Newton. Whistle, and this will be against the Braves. And I believe it was in the circle, so it is a short corner to come. This is where Blair has gotten most of their opportunities here on these short corners. And Molman will do the honors once again. 4 Braves bodies and the goalkeeper on the line as they play it to the top. And a miss there by Megan Stevens as she was unable to get good wood on it. Now whistle, and the free hit coming for the Braves. Restarted all the way up ahead as Weiss will give chase. It'll go all the way back to Von Stade. And Reed Von Stade gets it past Weiss and then plays it where it's fought for at midfield, and number 15 for Blair. And Megan Stevens able to win her team a free hit. Von Stade puts it back in play. Stevens has her pass cut off by Hannah Irvy. Irvy fighting for it. Now Stevens again, playing it into the middle, right to a Newton Brave. Now Von Stade will give chase. Nia Shaw will come and help her out. Good ball by Newton as they are able to get it deep. And they give themselves a chance here. In hockey, ice hockey, they'd call that a forecheck. As the Braves forced to defend again. And the foul called against Kate Barbado, one of the leading scorers for the Newton Braves. Nia Shaw scoops it back in play. This one hits the head of a Blair Buck. It'll be another free hit here for the Buccaneers, with under 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Blair down 3-1. Reed Von Stade had her hit deflected out of bounds. Emily Dehan going over, making things tough for Newton to play it back in. Dehan fronting up again. This time Megan Stevens got a touch. And Abby Bodner playing it backwards dangerously as it's now taken away, and a turnover. Weiss with space into the corner. Emily Weiss guarded by Shaw. And no one home to help her. Now coming to the near side, good hustle by the defender of Blair Academy, Emma Molman, making another nice play. And winning possession for the Bucks, as Von Stade, as she has done in this first half, will restart another. This one will come all the way out to the near side. Last touched by a Brave. So with 4:20 left, the Buccaneers looking to take some of this momentum back since that first goal. Almost all of the chances have been at the sticks of the Newton Braves. Hit up ahead hard by Nicole Rizzo, all the way into the corner. Shaw gives chase to the other side, and the junior from Hackettstown, New Jersey, will let this one go. Shaw restarting, scooping it up to the midfield. Abby Bodner fighting for the Buccaneers. Sam Shaw winning a free hit for the Bucks. Mishits it a bit there. And now Newton playing it deep. Giving chase is Natalie Rivas. Now Weiss for the Braves. Guarded by Nia Shaw, and she wins the free hit for the Buccaneers. I believe it was a backhanded hit there by number 5, Emily Weiss of Newton. So Von Stade will play it in. Newton pressing very hard, and they're unable, the Buccaneers that is, to get that free hit past too far. So still some danger here for the Bucks. Nice work there by Ellie Pinkerton. And this is touched out by Newton. You got to be very impressed with the way that the Newton Braves are playing here. Not a lot of space to work with for the Bucks. As Von Stade slaps it ahead, it's a good one. And an opportunity for Abby Bodner. Emily Dehan and Brooke Sabin. And the midfield up ahead by Ellie Pinkerton. Olivia Weiss defending well for the Newton Braves. And this foul against the Braves. So as we approach 2 minutes to go here in the first half, it's a 3-1 lead for Newton. As this one rolls across, it'll be a Newton hit coming out. First goal scored by the Braves, or by the Buccaneers, excuse me. The next 3 scored by the Braves. Here's Weiss playing it to space. There was Sam Shaw, and a quick restart here for Newton as they look to pour on another goal. Nia Shaw playing that one out. But a foul is called, and here's an opportunity for the Braves right in the middle of the field. A good opportunity. Outside of the circle, though, as they quickly restart. And popped in, and it will go out of bounds. It looks like a penalty against the Newton Braves. Under a minute to play, 55 seconds and counting. Von Stade restarts. Back to midfield. as Jasmine Luciani gives chase for Newton. And the Bucks still do have some time. With 35 seconds, they've got to work quickly to get on the board before halftime. Under 20 seconds to go, a turnover at midfield. And Abby Kreider plays it ahead and steals it back with 8 seconds. Kreider has it taken away. Kreider, that motor still churning as she fights for it here. Able to get a center in. Good effort by Abby Kreider, but the time runs out. And with zeros on the clock, it is 3-1. Newton Braves over the Blair Academy Buccaneers at halftime. We will leave you with the Strive highlights, some of the highlights from the last few weeks of athletics here on the Strive Network as we go to halftime. He has got his receiver, a one-handed catch, and a touchdown for Farad McComb. Oh man, that's a highlight reel play instantly. Winter back in there. The give to Farmer. Farmer cuts upfield, and then Keshawn Farmer. Say goodbye, touchdown Petty.
And this one is in for a goal. This one will count. And it's in! Timed into the back of the net. Oh, what a shot and redirect.
Here on 4th and short. It's going to be another run to Centenario on the left side. It looks like he has the first down. He has the first down and more. He's going to scamper into the end zone. And that is 6 on the board for the Butler Bulldogs. Leads 20-0 in the third quarter. And the first play is a run up the middle. And here is Castiglia. He's across the 40. No one is in front of him. He's across the 20, across the 10, into the end zone. There's a much better kick from Dallas. Across the 50-yard line. Takes a good hop for Crimson. Rolls across the 30. Keeps rolling across the 25. Inside the 20. And this one will be dropped inside the 15. The wind keeps it going.
This is nuts.
And I think the wind is going to take this one all the way back toward the goal line. It's inside the 10. We'll see how much further it goes.
You have got to be kidding me.
Monsoon conditions as the wind has pushed this one all the way inside the 5. And you don't want to get too greedy. Stop it before it gets to the goal line. And there you go. As this punt from Dallas hit at the 50 yards.
So a set piece here for PDS. They loft it into the middle. Hagan got a touch and the ball finds the back of the net. Off the head of Connor Fletcher. Mayer playing in swinger, the lefty. Lofts it high to the corner of the 6. Back in it comes, and Adam rotates over to make the save. In the last chance for Lawrenceville. The keeper's up there as well. It was deflected and it went off the post. Oh my, it's so close to tying this game up, and the final whistle blows. PDS escapes with the victory.
Both underclassmen, Isabella freshman, Grace a sophomore. And there's an early goal for the Panthers. And just like that, it's 1-0 here in the first. Here's a chance for Bunch down the sideline. Keeps it in bounds. Bunch plays it in. There's a shot and a goal. Damali Simon Ponte makes it 2-0 Panthers.
Start of the second half here from the Bowl at Blair Academy, where Newton leads 3-1. Goals in the first half by Emily Molman, who got the scoring started for both teams. That goal was assisted by Brooke Sabin. Emma Molman getting credit for the Blair Buccaneers. That's the lone goal that they scored in the first half. Olivia Weiss, Kate Barbado, and Natalie Rivas all putting in goals for the Newton Braves. 3 unanswered for the Braves as they lead 3-1. Simon Rose back with you. Chris Mendez on our camera. Glad you could join us here on the Strive Network, as one of these teams will go down today for the first loss of the season. As this will be a free hit for the Blair Academy Buccaneers. Blair starting very strong, having chances in the opening minutes and cashing in on one of them. A short corner put in play by Emma Molman as she hits this one. And Molman ended up finishing it off on the short corner. But then the remainder of the second half, or of the first half after that goal, primarily controlled by the Newton Braves. Did not give a lot of space for Blair to work. Remember, Newton coming off that game here last night. So if fatigue were to set in this game, you would see it start to set in here in the second half for Newton. But as Sarah O'Neill mentioned to me, this Newton team is in very, very good shape, and these girls are extremely athletic, and to this point have been up to the task. As here's an opportunity, kicked away by Kate O'Brien, still loose though. Sabin got it in! The initial save made by Kate O'Brien, but I believe Brooke Sabin lurking in the middle here, able to finish past O'Brien, and it's 3-2 just 2 minutes in to the second half. As this one comes out of bounds on the near side. What a great response by Blair Academy. The last 20 minutes or so of that first half, primarily controlled by Newton, as the score would tell you. That's good coaching when you go into the halftime down by 2 and you come out strong in the second half. That means Sarah O'Neill said something to motivate these players. But she has said to me on an occasion that she hasn't had to motivate the players. She gives a lot of credit to these girls as Gelberg sprawls out to push this one out of bounds. It'll be a corner for the Newton Braves. She said that this team is very self-motivated and have the ability to motivate each other. So the chemistry is as good as she has ever seen with a field hockey team. Makes it easy for a coach. At the energy very high on the Blair sideline. All the players on the bench standing up, cheering for every foul that is called, every free hit that Blair's able to get. You got to credit the coach to creating a culture, but you also have to give a lot of credit, of course, to the players who have done a phenomenal job keeping their energy high throughout the season and throughout this game, even though they were down by 2 goals. Just through 4 minutes here in the second half, Blair has scored to cut the Newton lead to 1. Reed Von Stade on the near sideline will play this one back in. Nicole Rizzo for Newton, and it's swung into the middle by Megan Stevens of Blair. Von Stade coming to cut it off, and she's whistled for a violation. So a free hit here for the Newton Braves and Rizzo. At the top of the circle. Defended well by the Buccaneers. Up ahead to Emily Dehan. Dehan cannot create any space. Defended well by Jasmine Luciani. And a restart here for the Braves as Luciani will play it back in. The Rizzo hit deflected. Back out to midfield. And Megan Stevens, the attacking center midfielder, whistled for a violation here, and another free hit coming for the Braves. Now leading by 1, 5.5 gone here in the second half. Newton looking for their 14th win of the season. The Braves looking for their 13th win of the season. This will be a short corner for Newton, if I'm not mistaken. This is the first short corner opportunity here for the Newton Braves. In it comes. Rizzo could not field cleanly, but here's a good opportunity and a great save made by Gelbert. Still loose here. And Blair able to get out of danger here. For the moment, it will turn into another short corner. Hannah Irvey to play it back in. Irvey to the top. Rivas cannot settle. At the whistle. And another short corner to come. So 3 straight here for the Braves. This one gets on net. Gelberg makes a great kick save to keep this one out. And then plays it deep. Here is an opportunity for the Bucks. As heading with space is Abby Kreider. The Braves get back on D nicely though. Kreider still fighting, getting past another defender. And a third, Kreider. Playing it central. And this one out of bounds, and the Buccaneers will have a short corner. Wow, what a great counterattack by the Blair Buccaneers. Abby Kreider, the freshman, certainly given credit for this short corner upcoming, beating about 4 Newton Braves down the right side and providing her team with an opportunity to equalize here. About 8 minutes gone by in the second half. Emma Molman to play it in. Scoops it to the top. Settled down. Now Kreider gets it in, does not get through. And a short corner to come. A violation against the Newton Braves. All but 4 Newton Braves field players have to retreat to the other half of the field. A grand opportunity here for the Bucks. On the short corner, settled at the top. Now played in, and it goes through. The initial hit by Megan Stevens at the top of the circle. It may have been deflected to get into the net, but the Buccaneers capitalize. On a short corner again, the second off of a short corner here in this game, and we are tied at 3. So 2 goals quickly in the first 10 minutes of this second half by the Blair Buccaneers, and we are tied up at 3. Certainly as expected, getting a great field hockey match between the Newton Braves and the Blair Academy Buccaneers. What fight from Blair. After being down 3-1, a position that they have not been in very much this season. They still clearly have some energy as they attack. Abby Kreider continues her strong play as Kreider wins what looks like a long corner for the Blair Academy Buccaneers. That's just a free hit. Kreider playing back in, cannot get it past the defender for Newton. Shaw, the defender for Blair, able to keep this one in. Now Kreider. Some great stick work by Kreider as this one rolls over the line, and it seems like we've got another free hit coming for Blair. Abby Kreider very active here in this second half. Done a phenomenal job alongside the right flank. Plays it back to Shaw. Shaw's deflected. Emily Weiss. And now here comes Newton. Free hit here for Blair on the near side. Emma Molman played it back in, now in the middle. Sabin can't get it past the defense. Now Kreider again. Abby Kreider 1-on-2. Unable to get it past Olivia Weiss, but she draws the foul. Good things have happened when Abby Kreider has had the ball here at her stick in the second half. Emma Molman gets it through the legs to Kreider. Up to the top of the circle, Sabin high into the air, all the way to the other side and over the goal line. But it was deflected last by a Newton Brave, and another short corner to come. Man, has this Blair Academy team flipped the switch in the second half, scoring both of the goals. And a chance for more on the short corner. Molman has done a phenomenal job setting up the short corners in this afternoon. Two of them have resulted in goals. One of them off her own stick after she finished off the play. Molman trying to get it into the corner. Newton able to defend and get their defense back to try to stymie a attack by the Buccaneers, but the Braves did win a free hit. It's still loose here as it's rolled up ahead and out of play on the far side. 18 minutes to go. 3-3. Strong hit, gets all the way near the goal line, and Newton will let this one roll out of bounds. They'll have a free hit. And Jordan Coiro. Ellie Pinkerton is there for Blair. Tackled away. Numbers for the Braves. Good defense in the midfield. Taken away as hitting the deck was Emma Molman. You got to love the effort from Emma Molman. A whistle stops play. It'll be a restart here for the Newton Braves as Emma Orabone will throw this one all the way back to the other side. So in attacking territory, Nicole Rizzo puts it back in for the Braves. Now up ahead and giving chase is Megan Stevens, the senior midfielder. Trying to keep possession. The referee doing what he can to stay out of the play. Stevens again playing it deep and giving chase. Stevens last touched. So it'll be a Newton free hit. Energy remaining high though for Blair Academy Buccaneers as Bodner defended, could not get deep. Here's Abby Kreider to Bodner. Now Stevens. Ellie Pinkerton fighting with Rizzo. forcing her down the right flank. Cutting off the angle, good help defense by Reed Von Stade. And they're able to retreat, are the Blair Buccaneers. As the free hit is back in, Nia Shaw watches this one get by her. Shaw trying to fend off Olivia Weiss of Newton in the corner. It's Weiss able to center. Now loose and picked up at the top of the circle by the Buccaneers. Megan Stevens. And the battle at midfield won by Rizzo. Loose in the circle. Deflected there as Gelberg sprawls out. It's still loose, and it got through, and a goal! Finished off for the second time on the game by Olivia Weiss. You saw Gelberg come out on that one. She wasn't able to corral, and in the end, it hurt her as Emily Weiss found Olivia Weiss in front of the net, and the Newton Braves respond. They lead by 1. So again, Blair will have to play the comeback kids as they erased a 2-goal deficit at the start of the half. They'll now have to erase a 1-goal deficit if they want to equalize again. High-scoring affair here from Blair. This will be a free hit for the Buccaneers as Abby Kreider will come. Leave it off for Von Stade, who will give it right back to Abby Kreider. So it'll be Kreider to restart here. Kreider hits hard, deflected to the top of the circle. Chased down by Megan Stevens. Stevens still with. Stevens able to get it into a dangerous spot. Still loose there. And kicked away by the goalkeeper named Kate O'Brien. Von Stade receives at midfield. Von Stade has it taken away, so numbers for the Braves, Olivia Weiss. Weiss has scored twice, and now she's got another chance. Weiss getting it in the middle, retreating as the defense of Blair, as Gelberg was aggressive again, leaving an open net. Buccaneers able to dodge a bullet there. This one coming ahead. And giving chase was Emily Dehan. In the end, she wins a free hit for the Buccaneers. With 13 and a half to go here in the second half, Von Stade will play it in. Strong hit to the top. Hitting the deck was a Newton Brave, and that is not allowed as she impeded the progress of the Buccaneers. That's another short corner for Blair. Emma Molman, the sophomore from Bangor, Pennsylvania, will come in to play once again. Still loose here. Kate O'Brien got a touch, and that one finds the back of the net. Another short corner, resulting in a goal for the Blair Academy Buccaneers, and once again they equalize. Not received particularly cleanly. A good recovery by Blair. And I believe it was Brooke Sabin who got the last touch. We will take a timeout as they do so on the field as well. We are tied up at 4 once again with 12 minutes and 40 seconds to go. You're watching field hockey right here on the Strive Network. back we come to the bowl here at Blairstown, New Jersey. We take a look at the replay here. As Emily Dehan put it in, and then Dehan was in the right spot on the far post. Look at that deflection to get it back in, and then she finishes off. The second goal for Emma Molman here on this afternoon, as Molman is able to score on her second short corner, and the Blair Academy Buccaneers are able to tie this match up for the second time in the second half. Simon Rose back with you here on the Strive 12-0. And looking to avoid their first loss, and they are getting a dogfight here. Those were the exact words that Sarah O'Neill said this game was going to be between Newton and Blair, and she was right. We've got a 4-4 score, nothing to separate the squads with 12:40 to go. The second half energy and momentum, you've got to say, has been in favor of Blair. They have outscored Newton 3-1 in this second frame. The Braves able to get on the board on one of their only chances here in the second half. Blair has been very opportunistic. As they have tied it up at 4. Twelve and a half to go. We are back in play. Restarted by Rizzo of the Newton Braves. Again, a potential of some fatigue starting to set in for the Braves, who again did play last night. This is the part in the game after, 50 minutes of gameplay running, that you would start to see some of those tired legs take effect. This isn't a game where you can get away with just walking around. You've got to be on your toes and with your heart rate up, running across the green almost the entire time. This is not a sport for those who are not in shape, like yours truly. As Reed Von Stadi able to get this one deep all the way back to Emma Orabone. In the midfield, a fight there. Buccaneers looking to get a switch. As Kreider lost it, but then pesters the defender and forces Newton to play it out of bounds. So Blair will have the ball. Really impressive performance by Abby Kreider in this second half. She hasn't scored, but she has been a very present force moving the ball for Blair. As this one able to get deep, and giving chase is Emily Dehan. Dehan will let it go out of bounds. Brooke Sabin, Emily Dehan, and Emma Molman have scored in this game. Emma Molman twice. Molman only one goal coming in to this game on the season. She had 3 assists coming in, but only one goal, and she now has 3 goals to go along with those 3 assists. As this one deflects all the way to the top, Shaw receives the ball, but play had stopped just a few moments earlier. It'll be a free hit for Blair, deep in their own territory. As they'll replace this ball for the restart, Von Stadi will slap it back in. Emma Orabone with it for Newton. Whistled for the violation. Played deep all the way back near the goaltender. This is Dehan giving chase. Dehan. That called for the violation. Got a deflection there, but it still goes up ahead. Von Stade with a strong play. Von Stade at midfield does lose it, though. Natalie Rivas, who has scored in this game, trying to make something happen. Von Stade retreating and playing some good D. Kate Barbado. Loose on the near side, played out of bounds by Kreider. 8.5 to go. 4-4 the score. This was last touched by a Brave. So a free hit to come. Blair has a few games left in their Maple League schedule before they could potentially crown themselves the Maple League champs. That's never an easy feat to do. This team has never won the Maple League, particularly in the tenure of Sarah O'Neill. They do play Hill on the 24th, and they'll play Lawrenceville on the 31st, Petty on the 7th. The state semifinals, so the Prep A's, will be on October 28th. The Prep finals will be on November 4th, and we'll actually have portions of that Prep tournament right for you here on the Strive Network, including the Field Hockey Championships, wherever they may be, will be there as well. Long corner here for Newton. Loose at the front. And this will be, it looks like a short corner coming for the Braves. Their second of the half. And another opportunity for Newton, who has hung tough in this game after giving up 2 leads. Strong shot on, deflected into the front as Natalie Rivas got the initial hit. Now a whistle. It'll go against Newton. From here, it looked like a really good chance that that play in by Natalie Rivas could have found the back of the cage. And Blair lucky to defend there. I shouldn't say lucky. More skill for the Blair Buccaneers, doing a nice job getting that one out of harm's way. Hannah Irvey losing it. Kreider still active. Kreider giving chase. And this foul called against Abby Bodner. Trying to center it in are the Braves. They'll win a corner. A long corner to come. This one deflected high into the air. Von Stade is there. Rivas trying to let it fly. And a penalty called against the Buccaneers, so the Newton Braves in the last few minutes have been threatening. As a short corner coming here for Newton. Playing it in is Hannah Irvey for Rivas. Rivas lets it go to Rizzo. Now Blair able to retreat defensively. And coming back and getting a touch was Megan Stevens. It'll be a long corner now for the Blair Academy Buccaneers with under 5 minutes to go here in the second half. An entertaining field hockey game. That has yet to determine the better team. 4 goals for Blair, 4 goals for Newton. A timeout is called by Sarah O'Neill of the Blair Academy Buccaneers. So that'll halt play for the moment. We'll take the time to show you what's going on the Strive Network coming up in the next few weeks. I did mention we're going to have parts of that prep tournament. You see field hockey on the 4th is when that championship of the Prep A's will take place. Blair hoping to host a semifinal game if they can maintain the top seed. And then, of course, if they win that semifinal game, they would play in that championship game on the 4th. But more Blair athletics coming for you in the next, few days or so. You've got Blair versus Kent plays volleyball on Saturday the 24th. On the 26th, Rutgers Prep coming to town for some girls soccer, as the Blair girls soccer team will host Rutgers Prep on Underwood Field. The next day, it'll be the boys on display as they host Rutgers Prep. And the tournament, the NJISSA Prep A tournament, begins on the 28th with volleyball. 31st, more Blair athletics as Blair plays Lawrenceville in football here at Hampshire Field. And the tournament in soccer on the 1st, and the tournament in soccer and field hockey on the 4th. And then Petty versus Blair, the big event, coming from Hightstown, New Jersey. The football game will be live on Strive, coming up on the 7th. Until then, we've got some field hockey for you in the last 4 minutes and 43 seconds to play here at Blair. As the restart will come here for the Buccaneers. And after the timeout, we're back in play. Evenly played here in this one throughout as Blair's got the restart. Trying to win the battle in midfield to get it into the attacking third. Cannot get it past Nicole Rizzo, who's been very active for Newton in this one. Von Stade has played a solid defense, especially here in the second half. Blair, with the exception of that one blip that turned into a goal, has played very sound defensively here in the second half, which is more to the liking of Coach O'Neill. Up ahead, a chance here for Blair. Dehan with space. Emily Dehan looking to get it into the middle. Dehan playing it towards the net. And there's Jordan Coiro there. Taken right back, tackled by the Blair Academy Buccaneers. But out of bounds, last touched by the stick of Megan Stevens. Dehan getting the turnover, providing an opportunity here for Blair, and they're going to call a foul against Stevens. Stays in the attacking zone. Dehan playing it into the middle, and Kate O'Brien will watch this one roll over the line. Restart for Newton with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the second half. This one rolls across the grass. Now a whistle. Newton will have the restart after the Blair violation. Nice sacrifice of the body by Blair. Able to defend that restart and get it back deep. Stevens for Sam Shaw. Shaw. Now it's Abby Kreider defending as Kate Barbado, a dangerous player for Newton, able to win the free hits all the way back to Nia Shaw of Blair. Under 2 minutes to go. Restart in by the Braves. They get this one deep. Giving chase and letting it roll out of bounds is Emma Moldman. 1 minute and 15 seconds left in regulation. Von Stade slaps it back in play, trying to get it deep, cut off nicely, but then losing it was Hannah Irvey of Newton. Blair ball after it was deflected by a maroon jersey. Under a minute. Von Stade coming up to restart. It bounces, getting a touch was Kreider. Battle at midfield. Near side, Newton able to save it in play. Well done by Kate Barbado. Under 30 seconds. Shaw getting a touch. And a short corner to come with 15 seconds left. Now the clock's still rolling. I'm unsure whether the official score, the official time is kept with the referees, whether the time is supposed to stop or not, because the clock ran out. Now, do they grant this short corner? It looks like they're going to for the Braves, so possibly their last chance in regulation to score with zeros on the clock. They get it to Rivas. Von Stade able to hit it out. The whistle, and it's another short corner to come. The violation against the Blair Buccaneers. They're not out of the woods yet. Rizzo to Rivas. Good opportunity to put one on. It's still loose in front. And a scrum there that comes out of danger for the moment. And now all the way out to midfield, and the referees will blow the whistle. So after 60 minutes of play, the score is 4-4. And the two teams will huddle together as the overtime session will come to fruition here as we take one last look. This was a glorious opportunity here for Newton. Rivas putting it into a dangerous area. Gelberg making a great save. Trying to find it here, and there was Von Stade in there to loosen it up. Still lose. Man, what a exciting finish to regulation. So we will take a break. When we come back, we've got more field hockey to come between two very good field hockey teams. After 60 minutes of play, it's Newton 4, it's Blair 4. You're watching field hockey right here on the Strive Network. Back we come to Blair Academy. We look at this one last chance with zeros on the clock for the Newton Braves. As Haley Gelberg able to make a phenomenal save here. There it was. That right kick save is the one that prevented the goal. As looming at the near post was Hannah Irvey. Would have been an easy goal for her. Well, we head to the overtime session. So a 10-minute overtime session to come. Golden goal or sudden death. Coming up, we expected a very closely contested field hockey match. That is exactly what we are getting between the 12-0 Blair Academy Buccaneers and the 13-1-1 Newton Braves. Simon Rose back here with you as the overtime session will begin momentarily. As you get a look at Sarah O'Neill and Blair, you got to say in the second half they made some really good adjustments. As that first half was primarily dominated by Newton, they went into the halftime locker room. Well, I don't think they went to the locker room, but they went into their halftime huddle up 3-1 and feeling pretty good about themselves. While the Blair Academy Buccaneers, down 3-1, not a position they've been in very much this season, were able to score 2 quick goals to tie it up. With 22 minutes to go in the second half, it was a brand new ball game. We were tied up. Now, to Newton's credit, they responded by going up 4-3, and they had their lead in the second half, in that middle part of the second half. Blair again able to equalize, and that's where we stand now at 4-4. You see the energy still high for this Blair Academy Buccaneers team as they break the huddle. And we are in store for some overtime. Next goal wins. The two captains at midfield for Blair. There's Haley Gelberg, of course, the goalkeeper. There's the coin toss coming up. And Hannah Irvey is the captain for the Newton Braves. So they'll switch. They'll remain at the same sides of the field as they did in the second half. So moving left to right will be the Bucks, and moving right to left will be the Braves. Referees coming over to the scorer's table to figure out what's going on as we start overtime here. Players on in their respective spots to start this overtime session. Somebody's going to win 5-4, unless nobody scores at the end of this 10-minute session. Megan Stevens at midfield will get it started for the Blair Buccaneers. 8 goals this season, and we are underway in OT. Kreider. Those long legs and long strides and strong play wins a free hit for the Bucks. You can hear the crowd here. A lot on the line in this game. An undefeated season on the line in this game for the Blair Buccaneers. Quickly whistle comes after the restart. So Newton will put it back in play again. And they'll play it directly out of bounds. Emma Molman will restart for Blair. Taken away there by the Blair Buccaneers, as Brooke Sabin fighting hard for it. But in the end, it's a Newton free hit after the ball rolled out of bounds. Sabin, good hands there to deflect the pass. And Kate Barbado trying to get past Abby Kreider. That's been a battle all afternoon. Kreider winning this battle as she possesses, scoops it ahead. And played ahead by Megan Stevens. A quick restart here. Stevens wants it quickly in. and does get it into a dangerous spot, and the whistle comes. It's a violation against Blair. 2 minutes gone by in the overtime, no score. 4 goals scored in regulation for each team. Shaw giving chase. It'll go all the way back to Von Stotty, who stays with it after her play was deflected. And back up ahead to the midfield and now to the attack. Leaking ahead was Megan Stevens. Sabin couldn't get it to her. Blair still does possess. Kreider again gets it by a defender. And not the other one, though, as now it's Newton with a lot of space in front of her. It's Natalie Rivas. Rivas chased by Megan Stevens, who retreats well to win it back and play it deep. And a turnover as Sabin gets the steal. Brooke Sabin looking to get it past Hannah Irvey. Cannot do so. Irvey, a good defensive play on the right side. Von Stotty, a good stick work, but it went out of bounds, so Newton will come out to restart. Played into the middle. Rivas got a touch, played it, and Gelberg made the save. It's still loose, and it goes in. And Newton on the road gives Blair their first loss of the season. Gelberg made another phenomenal save, but the Braves stayed with it. Olivia Weiss into the goal cage again, and a heartbreaking way to end this game for the Blair Buccaneers. At the Newton Braves, an impressive victory here at the Bowl. It was hard fought from the opening whistle. Newton scored first. Check that. Blair scored first. Newton scored the next 3. Blair tying the game up twice in the second half. And Newton able to prevail in OT. One of those games that you're not going to feel good about if you're the Blair Buccaneers, but as you're at the end of the regular season, this is the kind of game that will humble you a little bit. This team was 12-0. They still have much larger things to concern themselves with in terms of a state tournament, a potential Maple League championship, all those things still in the realm of possibility, and their great season, of course, still alive. But here on this regular season game, give credit to the Newton Braves coming away with the 5-4 victory. Take the time to thank you for joining us here on the Strive Network. Our director was Chris Mendez. My name's Simon Rose. Our next broadcast will come on Saturday. We'll be right back here at Blair Academy as the volleyball team, first time we'll see the volleyball team this season, takes on Kent Place. Until then, we say so long. Final score here from the Bowl. It's 5 goals for the Newton Braves, 4 goals for the Blair Academy Buccaneers in overtime. So long, everyone.